Priest. This is going to be your specialty.
Yeah, Priest got some fun stuff.
They did?
Yeah. So the first card is a little card I'm actually not sure about. It's like some deal 4 to a minion. Some if it kills it, summon a new copy. Um, like
Comparison I saw to this was Black Knight.
yeah, that seems so. I don't think it's that good. It's like it's hard to pull off. It's not conditional, only for attack. It's a lot of mana. Um, I
It's expensive.
yeah, I don't think I'm ever running this in any deck. Um,
I think
so I'm gonna give it a 1/1.
I don't even really want to build around it.
Yeah,
Yeah. It is kind of Black Knight-ish. We're just a long way off from a Black Knight meta.
yeah.
Right, so Wave of Apathy in Priest, this feels... I don't know if this is a 3 or a 4, but...
Yeah, I mean this card is just so good because it's sane with Cabal Acolyte.
Like the
like
Cabal Shadow Priest.
I can do it like if I control my opponent's board and I can do a 5-mana mind control, which is
You can
just
also play this, Soul Mirror the opponent's board. The minions don't die because they'll have 1 attack. On the opponent's turn, they're still 1s. On your turn, they revert to full attack and then you punch them in the head.
oh my god, dude, you're all right. That's so good.
And it's
Yeah.
also a mini Frost sometimes. So I think I'm going to go 4 on this.
Dude, it's weird that it was a 1 in Paladin and 4 in Priest, but I think you're right. I'm gonna give it a 3 in Priest because Priest does suffer for card value, so I don't think I'm willing to give it a 4, because it is a 1-mana card and 1-mana cards suck for Priest unless they generate value but
By the way, you do find this sometimes.
what?
You and Sethic Veilweaver sometimes just
Yeah.
find this.
Yep. So it certainly makes Vileweaver a better card. I actually I'm gonna give it a 2 on power level because of that aspect, but I'm gonna give it a 3 on deck building. So, um,
A little higher on it than you, but I think mind control effects are cool.
yeah, it's the thing of how do you build this and not run out of value. That's the problem, and what decks like
Question.
are running it because like am I playing this in a tempo deck, priest deck, or am I playing this in a control deck? I don't know if I could see it not being played in either one, even with the sweet Cabal Acolyte synergy. So, all right. Draconic Studies. Discover Dragon. Your next one costs 1 less. I was thinking about this one, and I'm not sure because it's. I think you would have never run this, in my opinion, if you weren't running these Spellburst stuff. And
I think you're going to discover this and probably not play it.
yeah, it's honestly the more we talk about it, the more I think it's pretty bad. I'm just
boring.
it is a really cool book cover, yeah. So I mean, I would rather just run the dragons for the most part. So
Like, the only use again, can you ramp into a dragon? Can you bank that mana? Does that make it better? Maybe.
Yeah, but Priest I'm playing like I'm never playing this. It's hard to play this in an offensive tempo-y deck, and I don't think do I really want to play this in a defensive deck unless there's some synergy. So I'm gonna give this a 1/2.
Yep, that's exactly where I'm at. 1 and 2.
Okay.
Mind Render a Lucia. Mana 1/3
Swap
battle
bands. Dude, this card blew my mind when I saw it. It's like, what? This card just got printed. Oh my god.
Importantly, while you play your opponent's stuff, they also do have a turn to play your stuff.
Yeah. So here's the deck I came up with. It's Cube Priest, but you run those 2-mana 1/3s that draw you cards in Mind Reader. Because Cube you don't run Galakron, you run out of stuff all the time. But you then you steal your opponent's hand and they don't even get anything because you have a crappy deck. It's like so. Yeah, this card. Oh, yeah, I don't know, and it's like you're right. You could probably just use this in Galakron Priest because there's nothing really that valuable in your hand. And then you could just
create some weird mind games in the mirror because you can't hold your Galakron in case they play this and take your Galakron and play it.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they give you your deck back and you have no Galakron, and they do.
Yeah. This card's insane.
improves the Quest Warlock matchup a lot. I take your hand, I spend your Soul Fires and your Nether Breast shooting you in the face or blowing up your minions. So
And
you don't have a combo to kill me,
yeah,
and I have the value.
yeah, I can, yeah, and then it's good in a tempo deck because you can just steal a hand worth of value. You know,
If
like
you do give him a relatively empty hand, you can kind of use this as take an extra turn.
yeah, I use this against a quest lock, for example. Like I'm playing a very aggressive. I'm running out of stuff, and I use it, and I double soulfire their hand or something ridiculous like that, you know. And then their hand is oh, that's so good. Oh my god! All right, I was gonna give this 3-4, but the more I talk about it, I'm gonna give it 4-4. It's the card.
I'm gonna go for 3-3, I think, just
Okay.
because it can be a little bit.
Yeah, my love of this card might be blinding me to the absolute power level, but yeah,
That's fine. This is a real interesting one. All right,
yeah,
next, Raised Dead. 0 mana, deal 3 to your hero, return 2 friendly minions that died this game to your hand. So for a tempo priest, it's like card draw.
Yeah, which is nice. So it has like I think on absolute power level, I feel this card's really bad, but like especially in the priest, but
don't love
it's got some like really good synergies, things like with Flesh Giant, and also it has Cabal Acolyte, like Spellburst synergies. I don't know if there's like any good neutral Spellburst, so I'm gonna give it a 1-2. I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, 1-2 sounds about right. I think you have to build around this to make it good, and I don't think I want to do that.
But it could be a thing of like you use it for more value. So I don't know. It's but it can be nice where Priest has some things that like when you heal, like this Brittlebone Destroyer, and it can you might want to intentionally damage your face. So it's got some synergy. Yeah. The what?
Brittlebone Destroyers synergy because on turn 4 you can Brittlebone something, but
yeah. So
I don't know if
but like independently it seems bad. So, but I guess you can't count out 0 mana spells. So, Power Word Feast. Give a minion +2/+2. Restore it. Raise Dead with Vargoth is nuts. Oh, because
it's debatable.
I don't even know. I don't think no, I could do it. I don't think it's that nuts with Vargoth. Power Word Feast. Give a minion +2/+2 and restore it to full health at the end of this turn. And like I already built a deck with this card. I love this card because it just works so good with Imprisoned Vilefiend. Your Imprisoned Vilefiend goes up, you buff it up, you trade, it gets full health, you know? Like
this with drop. It's good for the decks that want to do tempo. I'm a little concerned for those archetypes.
Yeah.
And it's weird that I'm saying this, but if you go like Frazzled Freshman on 1, and then Power Word Feasted on 2, this is only a turn 2, 3/6.
Yeah, you have higher expectations for your turn 2s. Priest is like, we got a turn 2, 3/6. We can't be stopped. You're like, my Edwin has something to say on that. Yeah. So, yeah. I like this card. So, you talked me down. I'm going to give it a 2-3 instead of a 3-3 because it's got some really good deck building potential, but objectively, I mean, it is kind of like Divine Shield when things survive. So I do really like this card.
And most of the time, it's going to survive. Mana Saber likes it.
Yeah, you can use it. Yeah, so if Tempo Priest is a thing, which I'm going to try and make it, that card seems really good in it.
Next up, High Abyssal and Priest.
Yeah,
I don't. You play a lot of removal.
Yeah, so I was building. So you kind of have to like play this in a Cube Priest, the version I kind of theory crafted, and you can't run actual removal, which kind of is annoying. But because Shadow Death is so efficient, so you run cards like Brittlebone Destroyer. Well, also one of the things you can do is you can still run Shadow Deaths because it won't die to that.
No, it'll target something else if it can.
Yep. So you can use it to reliably call out a Shadow Death. So I think it's actually really good, and you can do it with Psyche Split or Grave Runes, and if you get a Grave Runes, then you get 2 more of them. So this is going to be super good in Cube Priest. There's so many different versions you can run, but I think this card has so much deck building potential.
Going 1-3. Yes, I don't believe in its power, but I believe in its potential.
I'm gonna give it a 3-4 because I just like it too much. And it might be a 2-4. I don't think it's a 1-4, but there's so much, like the fact that if I just run Shadow Word Deaths, why is it called Cube Priest? Because it kind of does the old, it's Carnivorous Cube style.
All right. You like Devout Pupil in your deck?
Yeah,
this
is a Cube Priest card. This is a 4-4. I love this card. This card is gonna put Cube Priest on the map. It's not even gonna run Galakron. That's yeah. So
I'll go for 1-3 as well. I think this is that same potential in the same type of decks, and I'm also still not believing it in Priest yet.
yeah.
I definitely see the deck building potential. See what you want to do. I like thing from below.
I'm biased towards the decks I want to make, so we'll see. Cube Priest.
Thing to like 2-3 mana and Psyche Split. That's a big swing.
Yeah. Psyche Split. You play this with Grave Runes.
Anything, I should up this to 1-4. I think this is probably better than Allura because you can reduce this.
Oh yeah, this is definitely better than Allura in my opinion. Yeah. All right.
And you said Gift of Luminance too?
Yeah, I think I'll give it to it's 2-3. It's good with Grave Runes. It's really good with Grave Runes. So you can play Grave Runes on a minion, and then you play Gift of Luminance, and you have 2 Divine Shield Grave Runes minions. So because it slots into my Cube Priest, I like, and also it's good with it's really good with Vile Weaver as well. So maybe it's a 3-3. It just has so much synergy with Priest stuff already.
I'll give it a 2-3 for Priest.
Yeah.
You definitely see it in Priest. A lot more than Paladin.
All right. Cabal Acolyte. Spellburst gain taught control. I originally wasn't as much a fan, but more we've talked about, I feel this is potentially really good. Because it's just like... I don't even know if you do Gift of the Luminance on this, do you get 2? But like, it's so insane with this Wave of Apathy. So you could even run that 0 mana card, but the hard thing about cards like this and Priest is I think people underestimate like how fast Priest runs out of value. But that's why we're running Mind Reader, Lucia, and the 2 1/3s that we haven't gotten to yet. So I think I'm gonna give this I'll give it a 3-3.
I'll go for 2-3. I see the potential, of course. It's a little wonky on its own sometimes, but
yeah,
seems fine.
So, Flesh Giant costs 1 less for each time your heroes change health during your turns. I feel like this card doesn't quite work in Priest. Because how often are you hero powering your face? You don't want to be doing that. I don't know. It's good with Apotheosis, but like, am I running in a defensive deck?
There's an 8/8 there, and that's fine. But that's like an 8/8 much later in the game after you've cleared a board, which Priest doesn't do super well.
It's gonna be nice when I hero power this from Galakron, though. Not gonna lie. But I don't think it's good in the deck. So I'm gonna go. I like the one. I'm going to give it a 1-2 because I just don't think it's going to be good even with deck building potential because it's just too hard to... I think it's going to be good in Warlock, but yeah.
So Disciplinary Gandling. Come out of 3/6, you have to play minion, destroy it, summon a 4/4 failed student. I feel this is infinitely better in Warlock than Priest. I don't see the Priest application at all.
Yeah, the problem within Priest is it like the same thing as like we just run out of value. And
it's a 1-1 for me, Priest, I think.
I'm gonna give it a. I think you're wrong. I'm gonna give it because it's a 4 mana 3/6. So even if you just run it in a trashy deck that doesn't really fit, if you're running some like low drops, it can just be good to get 4/4s as opposed to like Like I could run this with Mind Reader, Lucia, and just make her a 4/4, but still get her effect,
You could.
which can be nice. And so it's like
That's
the
where you're
problem
talking
is,
about priest running at value.
yeah. So the problem is
Once you
it's
play small cheap stuff.
yeah. So you're totally right there. So I think it's a yeah. You're totally right there. But it's still like it's so much deck building potential. I almost want to give it like a 1/4 now that we talk about it, because it's so much potential with the right deck, but like Priest suffers from so much value problems, so it's
The
hard
right
to.
deck, unfortunately, for this is Warlock.
Yeah, I'm going to probably be giving it a 4 in Warlock. Um, it's or at least a 3. So and then Brittlebone Destroyer. This is another one where I'm like, it's hard to. This is why you might run Raise Dead, because it's hard to actually like damage your face sometimes in this deck with this card, and I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's not that good in Priest.
It works with Penance, works with
Oh, that's
Renew, works with Hero
yeah.
Power.
So
Is this on average scuffed flick or not? I don't know.
yeah, well, it's supposed to be like, is it like a weird Vile Spine Slayer? That's what people are saying, because it's kind of like that where you have to combo with your hero power. I don't know. I feel like it could be. It has a lot of potential, and it's still like when you 6 mana 3/3. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of similar to the on the low roll to the one guy from Warlock, but that's not that good. So I'm gonna give it a 2/3, because I could see decks like I developed a deck running it with Tempo Priest, because you don't run around like other removal, so you run this to remove big stuff.
Comfortable with the G3. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
I know some people said that Galakron Warlock really likes it just because it's hard removal that doesn't really have a condition.
yeah,
Also 6 mana. You just use your hero power, which I think is most common.
yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
better just to
oh
steal
yeah,
the-
yeah. You can use it with Galakron. I forgot about that. No. If you change, no. If your hero's health change turn, so you can't use it with Galakron once you use the hero power.
Just in Galakron Priest, you
Yeah. Oh yeah.
can
Yeah. I
always
gotcha.
maybe
Yep.
use it earlier, Penance or Renew. But yeah, it's alright in Priest.
Yeah. So all right. And then Frazzled Freshman. I don't think that this is as good as people are saying. I think it's good in like, but remember, Priest hates using value. And so like in a defensive deck, I don't think they would run this. Even though it seems like it's built for a defensive deck, because they're just going to run out of value. But
I'm
I
giving
think
this like a 3 basically. I don't think it's a good card.
I could see it like it is a 1 mana 1/4. This would be like probably a 4 in the right class. But that's why they can print it in Priest, because it's not. But
Well,
I'm
at
gonna give
Northshire Clue or something we could talk.
yeah
If you could find
Yeah,
spirit
yeah.
stuff, we could talk.
yeah. I'm gonna give it a 2, and I'm gonna give it because it's still like for Tempo Priest it's really good. So I might even give it but like it's Tempo Priest, so I'm gonna give it a 2/3, because if Tempo Priest is good, but like yeah, it does suffer from the problems of Priest. So
I'm gonna run to the bathroom back in like 30 seconds, then we'll take care of Rogue.
okay, sounds good.